So sad.
Taunt.
Get that interrupt.
Our damage on this edge is really low.
We just lost 4 people.
Oh shit, sorry, I taunted. My bad.
I got 2 taunts.
Get interrupts out.
If you want to, Jinx, go help with ads and interrupts.
Just stay on buffs.
Taunt.
Interrupt.
Interrupt ad.
2. There you go.
Taunt. Jinx.
Sec.
Let's get Sylvester up.
I think that's probably a wipe, right?
Yeah, it's over.
Don't take that, Rod.
I'm not.
Too many people died.
Yeah. As you can see, we're in one circle. One of the things on the ground didn't even show up until 3 people were dead. I don't know what you call it, but the graphic was never there.
Yeah, that'll happen. It was a good attempt, though.
So
We got the
Bernie's on?
interrupt down.
Yeah, Bernie's on. So
Yeah, I'm gonna hop out. One
thanks
quick
for coming.
Oh, yeah, sure. Before I leave, the angelic renewal, of course, is an important interrupt, but a lot of penances are getting off too. Just so you know.
Right.
I
So
watched
if
a
you
lot
have
of those while I was dead.
right, if you have some really short cooldowns and you're like a range, which most range don't, feel free to help yourself on getting those penances done, because that's what's healing Frida.
I thought they just healed.
They only heal ads.
I thought that
No.
the heal
don't have to
was
really
the
worry
ad
about
and the
the
penance
the
heals
ads if you have the good-
the
Penance
boss.
can
DPS.
attack people, though, as well.
Penance heals the boss, though, doesn't it?
No.
It's the angelic renewal that heals the boss.
Well, I know the angelic heals to full, but in all the other difficulties, penance was healing the boss even a little bit, right?
No, it just heals the ads.
It can also DPS people as well, if I recall
Okay,
correctly.
I'll shut up.
I thought that the heal healed the ads and then the penance healed the boss, but I guess I was probably wrong too. I guess.
Looking, sorry.
Penance deals damage to us or can heal the ads.
Gotcha. All right. Well, listen. You guys have fun. I'm gonna hop out of here.
All right. Thanks for coming and take care. So, did you like the 3 tank method?
Yeah, it works. It takes a lot longer to kill the boss because you're missing another 20 KD. Or you hope it's 20k.
I guess what I'm asking was, is this something that we should continue to work on, or should we just go back to the way we were doing it yesterday?
Let's do it again. And just
I think
Okay.
we lost 3 DPS right at the start there. I think that would have been a kill otherwise.
yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of lousy, lousy graphics.
You know what you're gonna do? It happens. Forget about it.
Like, I'm moving the Crusader as soon as possible, but he likes to cast and stand in that shit a lot, so you gotta be ready to run.
No, it never even showed up on screen. We were all standing there. It just, it's like it was damaging us, but DBM never said anything. GTFO never screamed, nothing.
Alright, so
Sure.
the same thing, we'll have Bernie and Rod doing the tank swap, is that right? And then Giant on the ads again? Is that what we're...
Yeah, I'll stay on the ads.
Are we tank swapping at the beginning? Because it didn't seem yesterday that we needed to do that.
Yesterday was only 2 tanks. I think.
Yeah, but
We're
it
doing-
wasn't massive damage until Giant and I swapped, and he was on the boss, and we skipped the second set of ads.
Yeah, and they don't want to get that massive damage again and have to res us. So we're just doing the way that pugs do this with 3 tanks. So you two will keep swapping at 10 stacks, and then I'll worry about the ads the whole time, since I can
That's odd, but
get them
okay.
and hide around.
Okay. Alright, so... I believe everyone was ready.
Oh,
Oh, Bernie,
needs
did you
a
get a
fire.
flask?
Mm-hmm.
I still stun Giant.
Bernie, did you get a
G-
food?
Yes.
A food.
Indeed.
Bernie, do you have a warrior buff?
Alright, so you got the flask from Dandelion. Okay. Alright, everyone. Ainer, are you ready?
Yeah, I had to do a reload, but I'm good
Okay.
now.
Okay, cool. Alright, so on the...
Okay, doing a pull.
Five, 4, 3, 2.
Damn it.
If you just time your pre-pods better.
Beware. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Make sure to purge the heal off of the Crusader.
Did we get them all done?
No, we need to kill Crusader still. Fuck.
I'm coming,
Interrupt.
Joe.
Interrupt.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Damn
Stand
boss.
off.
We want to get anybody up.
Just hold it for a sec.
Through with interrupts in 2 seconds.
Interrupts.
Interrupt.
There's one more interrupt. Don't let
Get
it
it.
get
We
off.
gotta get that. We gotta get it. Woo!
Got him.
Good job, guys.
Oh, bonus roll gods. Bless me with bonus rolls. Fucking bullshit.
Let's get a
You got
last res out. For
You
the
get that
people
sweet,
who
sweet
passed.
Azurite power.
Yo, Kruckus, you need that dagger?
Double AP and Breath of Wissamdi.
Woohoo!
That's breath to you.
I needed literally all three pieces off of him.
So if there's any loot to roll off, everyone just switch to trade it with Dan.
Yo, Kruckus, how about that, dagger?
Ah, they got me.
Got a new chest.
Woohoo! Somebody's
Oh,
rolling a dagger
Broncos,
off.
come on, roll. Fuck! Fuck!
Good luck beating Drez.
Look at all the rolls! Good job, guys. We got our first mythic boss down as Team 9.
On Kruckus, please award to Drazalos.
The healing feels a lot easier with the 3 tanks. It really did on the tanks.
It's
Yeah.
boring.
I don't like seeing my tanks die. It annoys me.
It is easier,
Yeah,
but you just have to use cooldowns for what
Yeah.
cooldowns are intended for.
That's why I was asking about healers yesterday, because I was doing research on healer cooldowns so that we didn't let people die. I felt like there was like nothing to do.
I use my wings on whoever's in real shit. If you're below 20% wings, that's why you get boosted up.
But I mean, if the tanks are low, like call for cooldowns and rotate healer cooldowns when we need it.
Yeah.
Are you trying to know better than the healers, Bernie?
I'm just trying to not lose DPS by having one of them go tank when you don't need to.
So what you're saying is we need a 3-tank Grong.
No. There's
No,
no way.
Yeah, there's no way to 3-tank Grong.
Well, there's a way, because I've seen groups do it, but I don't think that it's efficient.
Well, not with our damage hit us.
Right. But we're gonna need fast lane to go heals for it, please.
Like, we're gonna need all the damage we can, and then all the healing we can.
It's what the video I watched is just healing cooldown.
Guys, we got 2 new bosses this week. That's like good progression for us. I'm really happy for what we're doing.
Happy enough to give us some long boy action later?
Give me your BOE.
Auction house scan?
Making me all emotional.
You want me to give you Longboy? I give you Longboy.
I mean, well, not give us a long boy, but you know, scan the old auction house.
Oh. Take like 20 minutes for the scan to go through.
Yeah, actually, God, that's ridiculous. Like, I remember on like my old server, like I could do a scan in like 1-2 minutes, and fucking Area 52 takes like a good like almost 10.
So the first like 3 months of the expansion, auction house was not usable,
broken,
even for single.
right.
Serious?
No, it really wasn't.
It would,
Oh yeah, you couldn't even get anything to come up on it, was it?
yeah, it'd take you 10 to 15 minutes just to buy one item, and then you'd have to rescan that one item to buy another.
That's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah, it was unusable.
Isn't they? Haven't they? I remember reading something like the big reason that like they've been like held up is because of the auction house, like for like
Yeah,
updating servers.
it needs to be updated, but it's just so well used that, and it's such like a big part of this game for a lot of the players that they don't want to fuck it up.
My pets keep dying, Sievert. You need to heal them.
Heal the pet.
You know, if they set up the auction house like they did in some of their other games, it would work a lot better.
No.
I missed the app.
There's also the there's also the issue that it's all really old code, and they're hesitant to touch that code most of the time.
Yeah.
I hated the
Spaghetti
auction
code.
house. I hated the auction house they had in Diablo. It was horrible. I like.
Well, no, that's all.
Never saw that in Diablo 2.
But if they use an auction house like they do in Guild Wars, I know it's not their game, but if they modeled it, it would be nice.
And like Star Wars was horrible too.
Or like in Diablo when you made the game and it was like want to trade or something.
They had an auction house when it first launched, but they took it out.
Because people were selling. I remember my mate was making like $300 a day just for selling.
Yeah.
Yeah, my friend, like, that was his full-time job, was the Diablo auction house. He made, like, something like 40K in a year, and, like, that's all he
Yeah,
did.
because you could sell for real money.
Because Americans buy it, they buy out the auction house, they pay real euro if
The
you
Saudis
get
were the
blood
ones
outside.
that spent the most, though. The number one sale was something like 20 grand for an item, and it was bought, like, by somebody in Saudi Arabia.
They're rich, though, in there.
Yeah.
In Europe, no one buys anything, and you wouldn't. I doubt if anyone even buys a mount or anything. When I come to the States, the first thing you notice, people are actually willing to pay for boosts or pay for.
I don't buy anything.
For me, I just sell everything if it pays me game time.
Yeah, as long as I get a token, I'm a happy lad.
Alright, we are at a new boss, so what do we gotta do here?
Not die.
I know.
We need an interrupt order for the ad.
And a healing order for the damage.
Giant, if I'm doing this wrong, speak up.
We moved down to 3 stacks instead of 4. That's what I was gonna drop down is the 3 demarkers.
Isn't there just 2 ads now instead of 1? That's the only difference.
There's 2 ads, but everything hits much harder and it's easier to be feared and stuff like. And because right now you only have like 2 actual stack points for fire, so you're always going to be running. But if you do a like range that is closer to melee, range in the middle, and then range, you'll have 3 spots that the fire can land. So only half of the, or 2 of the groups are moving at a time, or only one of the groups is moving at a time. The other 2 are able to continue damage.
Oh, group 4 only does 3 spots?
Yeah, we only do 3 stack spots, and they're like stacked on each other. Like, let me clear what you have and show you.
Okay. So we were doing 4 before.
Okay, they just put the marks here because they're only to represent the lines, but there's one there, and then there's here, and then there's one in the very back here. And what you do is you start here, and as the fire drops down on your mark, you'll just move to the and you stay within your line of those 3 marks.
So the same as we were doing before, basically. On
Yeah.
But
And
we
healers want to stand in either groups, the yellow or the red or purple group, because they don't want to outrange tank.
Exactly. Alright, so with that being said, we're gonna go with that. Melee on the boss. We'll have, let's see, make sure the groups are split.
And it's more than just when the ads come out, you want to get both of them on your screen and think of your character as standing in the middle of the room. And whatever one is on the left is one you kill first. And that's one where melee will interrupt, and then the one on the right is when range will interrupt. And then the range, you want to focus left, but kill the right one about like 10 to 20 seconds after the left one.
Rodstar, I want you just to ignore your group. Okay, so you just stick with the
I just stick with the what?
melee.
Okay.
In melee on the boss, you're gonna want to be stacked in 2 spots. One on uses legs as a rep.
So you want group 2 on star, the yellow stars?
We're gonna put
Or is
group
it not?
2 on the diamond. We're gonna put group 3 on the star. Group 4 on the, and then group 1 and all the melee will be on the boss. And that way we'll have our 3 range groups, and we'll have the healers mainly in group diamond and group star.
So for the first orb, we need somebody in the melee group that is pretty, or have DPS cooldowns or tank cooldowns, I mean, that can hold it, and then you want to use it as late as possible. But when the boss uses his first tank ability, so you interrupt his other tank abilities.
In previous groups, we found that demon hunters seem to work the best because they have the highest self heals as a main.
That's what we use in Team 4's Demon Hunter.
Right. So.
Same.
And then for long-term holding, we can do a lock with that spams that heal thing that they have there. Seem to.
See, we used a hunter.
Yeah, we tried with a hunter as well.
Hunter kept dying.
But the best one that we had was when we were having our lock hold it. But right now we just use Demon Hunter.
So Jinx, so you feel comfortable with picking up the orb and throwing the first one right away? I mean, and stay alive and doing that for us?
No, I'm not really sure that I've ever done that.
Do you use the weak auras for the raid encounters?
One sec. I can turn them on. Yeah, I'll turn it on.
It'll tell you, give you a countdown for when you're not going to be able to use the orb anymore. So all you gotta do is self-heal, and then when the timer's about to go out, I think it's a 2-second cast. So at like 3 seconds left, you gotta use the orb. And you gotta be somewhat near the boss.
Yeah, with him being melee, he should be by the boss anyway. And then the ranged,
Oh, okay. I did this by accident once in Mythic Grong. I got the orb, and then so once I get the orb, I'm supposed to click the boss and then click the debuff, right?
Yeah, the extra action button. Yeah.
extra action button, not the debuff.
That's what I mean, like that. Yeah, the button, the big button.
Yep.
And then, but you want me to do it at a certain time?
Exactly, we'll call it.
Okay. And is it just going to be really obvious where the orb appears?
It's a spark on the ground.
It'll spawn where the ad dies. It's just, it'll pop you back a little bit. You run.
Oh, okay. That's why the melee avoid that range of the ad.
Yep.
Well, you'll get knocked back, and you have to step forward to pick it up again.
Okay, I got this. So, do you want me to pick it up right away, or should I wait?
Yes, pick it up right away, and then we'll call it right. We'll call it pretty soon to right away.
Okay, and is it,
So he doesn't get feared.
do I just run on top of it and just that's how I pick it up?
Yep.
Yep. You just run into it.
Okay, so and then I'll just use my like tanking debuffs and to get through the day. Do you have that talent changer thing so I can use a different talent for that?
I do, yeah. Trade Fastlane.
Yeah, I can do this, no problem. You just always just do this once, and then every time I debuff goes.
Right, every time the first ad dies, when the ads come out, they're going to come out in groups of 2. Every time the first ad is dead, you pick up the first orb, and we'll call it within 3 or 4 seconds when you need to use.
Hey, Fastlane, do you have another one of those deals to change talents?
Yeah, trade.
Alright, and the second one, I think we're gonna try to have Dandelion do it, and we will kill the ad, and when the second ad dies, Dandelion, you will be in charge of picking up the second orb. This second orb is not as important to pick it up right away. What did she have? Like 8 seconds? Not 10 seconds? 8 or 9 seconds. You can leave it on the ground for like 8 or 9 seconds,
It's
and
eight,
then you
yeah.
can pick it up. And then once you pick it up, you have what 30 seconds to use it. 25 seconds to use it.
The
And
orb is up by the boss, right?
the orb will be wherever the ad dies. So the ad.
Oh, okay.
So there on Mythic, there's 2 ads. So we're gonna kill one ad right away. Jinx will grab the first orb. We'll kill the second ad a little slower to space out the time, and then you will pick up the second orb. During this time, you'll be taking extra damage while you're holding it. So we know that your DPS will drop a little bit. That's fine. We just want you to stay alive. So spam your little healing. What's it called? The siphon life, drain life, whatever it takes to stay alive. And then because you're gonna be holding it for a few seconds, and then when we call for you to use yours, it's something that you have to cast it right away. It's really dependent on the timing. It's not the same as heroic where we watch the energy. We're trying to interrupt his abilities, and we're kind of ignoring the energy line a little bit. The main thing is we want to interrupt the heavy damage abilities that he's getting ready to cast next, and we're going to use the tantrums to interrupt.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna kind of ignore the energy lines a little bit on the way Mythic. So we got Jinx on the melee one, and doing the first orb. We got Dandelion on the range one doing the second orb, and we need to have people like sticking with these folks so they don't get feared during the.
Well, we got Fastlane standing on tanks.
Sweet. And Dandelion, do you mind if I put a mark on your head?
No.
We'll put a star. We'll put a star on Dandelion so we can make sure someone's always with her. Alright, so that's how it works. Let's give it a few shots and see how it goes.
Where the healing cooldown, you haven't sorted out.
So the DPS check on this fight is whether we can get that first dad down before we need the fifth and then we'll want to time our orbs on the boss so we can interrupt his tank abilities as much. So if you're going to use cooldowns, use them on the ads when they come out. That's what White's groups is ads.
Alright, so healer cooldowns first.
Alright, we'll just go down the list. So for the first one, we'll just use Sievert. For the second,
Rome posted.
Oh, you did it? What did you
Sievert's
post
almost
there?
short cooldown, so I want him third. So
In raid chat.
Okay, there we go. So everyone sees the order. Does that work? Does that work?
these are tantrums. We should have enough healing for the combos with me and Fastlane.
Yeah, you.
Short cooldowns.
Okay. They said they used them in the video. Was that?
Yeah, we had 2 monks though, so.
And if it gets hopefully we won't need but 6.
I needed 5. I think we should.
5. Okay. Alright, well let's give this a go. So everyone sees their rotation on the cooldowns, the healers. You guys see?
Yeah, cool.
Alright.
And when you interrupt the ads, do it after 50% on a cast bar. Don't try to push it to the very end, because then you get multiple people flipping out and trying to do it at once. Just at 50%, interrupt it.
Okay, do tanks get that ching mechanic that pops up after a second that melee get sometimes? Or
Yeah,
is that
sometimes
one-
it will go on tanks, and we'll just readjust slightly for that.
Which side do you go? Toward purple or toward the other way?
Depends on if the ads are at purple. If they're at purple, we'll go.
Okay, but normally go to purple
Yeah.
Unless the ad is there.
Because we don't want to make healers have to move forward if possible.
Okay, does the giant, I can't remember, does the ads get marked automatically by DBM, like one with a skull and one with
If they do, I don't pay attention to it because we just go with the left or right thing for differentiation. Sometimes they'll be split, and if as long as you keep your frame of reference in the middle of the room here where I'm spinning, and you think of the mobs as on your screen, the left one is always the one you want to go. Sometimes when they're split, it's a little bit hard, but
Give me
if you
1 minute for a phone call. It's been waiting days. 1 second.
we need to make sure we have DPS split on those ads, because not necessarily for damage, but for interrupts. Because just because we want to focus the main one down first, we still need to make sure the second one is being interrupted. So it's really important, because that can really damper our progression really quick. The interrupts on the ads are still very, very important.
yeah, you don't want the ads to die at the same time. You want one to die, and then the other one to stay up for like 2 or 3 more interrupts, and then that one die.
But you do not want any of them to get a cast off.
Correct.
So we have to have DPS on both to make sure. So we're gonna have somebody who's really good at marking, just like mark the melee one really quick, so Jinx will know which one he's on, and the melee can interrupt that first one, and then we'll just have ranged kill the second one and make sure they got the interrupts on the second one. And once the first one's dead, melee can go back to the boss, and range will stay on the ad.
And when the boss or when the tank does get thrown, it's really important that you hold their hand until they're unstunned and run back.
Right. It's real. Yeah, these mechanics that we were doing on heroic are like magnified on. But when Fastlane gets back, we've talked about this quite a bit. Let's just get some pulls in so we can see what we're talking about and maybe better understand what we've been. So groups 2 on Diamond, groups 3 on Star, groups 4 on
Sorry, is it your usual spot for tank throws?
Just out of the raid. Like, if you can get it to the spot we normally do, that's good, but with the way the stacks are going and everything, as long as you're not dropping the tank on the majority of the raid, you're good.
our usual spot, I think, is the X.
Yeah. And sometimes you can do that because of the way the stacks are at the point, but most of the time you're already on the ad, and
Sometimes there will be ad, like on Mythic, sometimes there will be an ad right there on X.
We do lock portals?
Yeah, I thought I asked them, but I didn't know if I saw a response.
I did. I typed it out to you. So you want to keep them in line with your stack points. So if you're at Moon now, you want to drop it where I am jumping, and that way, when you're standing here after the 2 fires drop, you can gate back to the start.
Right, just like we were doing, like when we first started doing it. Oh, sorry, I just saw your message, Joy. I don't have a time. I don't have the timer week, or you have that?
No, that's just going based off of our ERT note.
Some people I know have a timer week aura, and it'll tell them like the exact timers and how many I mean, I don't have that, so I mean, I'm just.
I'm back and ready. Sorry.
We used to do exact timers in Team 4, but we found it was better to just time it by the boss's ability. If you can interrupt the throw, it makes the fight easier.
Alright, let's give this a few pulls, and then...
don't count down. Hold on 1 second. Let me get the right food buff.
We'll give this a few pulls, and if we don't get this by break time, we'll take a break, and we'll come back and...
We don't get this by break time.
I'd really like to get this boss down today. We'll talk about it some more after break, but we will just do some chain pulls here to see what's going on. And do we have a soul stone out on the healer, just in case we wipe, so we can avoid the run back?
I put one on giant, so if Lenaxis wants to put one on a healer.
If the monks put their teleport thing on the stair here, they can do.
Transcendence.
What are you discussing for transcendence? I missed.
If you drop it at the stairs.
For what, a reset?
We can reset, yeah, if we're starting to wipe. And make sure you have your taunt, because you have to taunt the boss to pull them out, right?
Yeah.
Alright. So let's just give this a few pulls and see how it goes. I want to take this time to thank everyone who showed up today, and especially the ones who's been willing to play specs that's not their main spec to help us get our jobs accomplished today. Thanks.
Okay.
Everybody's
ready to go to pull.
thanks.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So he doesn't cleave?
No.
Sweet.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Beware. 4, 3, 2.
Ads are out. Switch ads.
And moving back.
Tank through.
3.
We need interrupts. We need interrupts.
Come back. Come back. We said don't run away from the tank when it gets own.
Interrupt.
Beware.
We need interrupts.
Looks like interrupts have gotten off.
Alright, let's just go ahead and reset this.
3, 2, 1.
Wait, let's kill the ad first. Let me just see the orb.
He killed me before I got out far enough, sorry.
Do not release. Do not release.
Okay, so I run on that orb.
Yes.
Lenaxis, I need you to release, brother.
Alright, so I'm just going to be right up. I'm really bad at marking ads. Is there someone here that is really good, can mark an ad like on the...
I thought it was melee left and range right. Whatever that. That's what you said.
That's what he's saying. Melee left, range right.
You don't need to mark. It's like left hand is your left hand and the right hand is your right.
Alright, well, the ad that I was focused was not being interrupted, and we can't have that. That's what's going to wipe.
Can you call your name and when you do it? So people don't waste interrupts.
So we have to follow a strict interrupt order on Team 4.
Right, and that's why I was saying if we had one marked, it would be easier to say, I got next on skull. I mean, if I say I got next, I mean, how are you gonna know which one I'm getting?
I have next on melee. I have next on ranged because we again it's
Takes
choosing
too long.
left and right.
There's an add-on, not an add-on, a weak aura that basically announces every time you interrupt.
If you have details.
LVI.
Yeah, details, LBI, stuff like that.
We just have to set it up, probably. Take a moment, take a break, and figure out how to... It'd be better than just knocking our heads against the wall without an interrupt order.
So the first 2 interrupts need to happen really quickly because they start casting as soon as... Normally you do like a 100 interrupt on the range one and then a DK or a warrior or something on the melee one since they can get to it quicker.
Yeah, I mean, I always try to get that first interrupt on the furthest.
And then once you get an interrupt, you should call, say like, enter, you're next. Stuff like that. That way there's no...
Yeah, we just need an interrupt order. I need to know what to call out.
Giant, why don't you make a ERT note, and then that will work, because just make sure Rodstar is the first melee, because he doesn't have add-ons to really mess.
Okay. Do we have a note push right now?
I don't think so.
No notes are pushed.
Okay. I'll have to copy the note from Team 4. On my when we do it next, but that'll be like 2 weeks from now.
All right, so I'll focus the range one, and I'll call out that interrupts need to be done, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 range. So if you're on focusing the range one and you know you're gonna get next, just go ahead and call it before I have to say range one needs to be interrupted.
I'm typing it out right now.
I mean, this fight, it really is just about the orbs and the ads. I mean, the damage on the boss is great too, but what's going to kill this fight is doing the ads right and interrupting and doing the orbs. It's not going to be how much damage you did to that boss.
I Soul Stone Giant.
Do we only have 4 melee?
Yeah, 1.
Okay, well that's all we really need. I was going to do a 5th just in case.
Joey, go survival.
Go survival?
Yeah, you got this.
I don't have a weapon.
It's fine. Doesn't matter.
Our first kill is our hunter broke his weapon after doing 800.
I mean, hunters can stack with melee anyway. If we had to.
No, that's not the point. We only have 4 melee. In order to get a 5th.
Yeah, but for your 4 melee, it's got more interrupts than all 8 of our range players because your cooldowns are short.
It's not about the interrupt.
Yeah,
it's about
that's
the
what I just
balance
said.
of melee damage versus range damage.
It's about 20 minutes wasted on downtime. Come on, guys. Sitting here
Put a
playing-
note
trying to get there.
Downtime,
We're trying to
doing
get there.
something to improve the raid.
All right, there's the notes.
Yeah, put a note up there. I put the Shadow Priest at the end of both interrupt orders because you only need 3 really because the first one should be off. But just in case you, if somebody says they missed it, the priests are going to use theirs then. So sometimes people use theirs early or something like that. So just be
Tang
listening
will be
for it.
first on the right one. All right, so we got that. Everyone see the note. Everyone have ERT.
It can get confusing, so make sure you just call out the name of the next person. Once you interrupt, call out the next name. Ainer next, Jinx next, Blitzen next.
Sounds good. We'll do that. Good idea. All right, so let's get this going.
And let's use heroism on the start. Or bloodlust if you want to.
Lust on pull.
And you're number 2 on melee. So after you use it, you're going to call out Jinx. You're next.
Rod will be first, and when Rod uses it, he'll say, Ainer, you're next. Alright, everyone's ready. On the tanks. Alright, focus up. Get back on your markers. Ranged. 2, diamond, 3, star.
Where's Ron Lee
5,
supposed to stay?
4,
I'm going
3, 2, 1.
Okay.
I don't know why he did.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Beware. 4,
At
2, 1.
Need to move boss
Hang
again.
at the person. Join next.
Three, 2.
Azrash got next.
Beware.
I got feared, so we'll get that.
Ainer, you still on next.
Beware.
Angela next.
4, 3,
Joy next.
Ads die too close together.
Yeah, we got
At
too
the
much
same
split
time.
damage. We need to focus damage on.
Beware.
3, 2, 1.
Beware.
Just hold it. Hold it. Okay. Yeah.
There was so much damage going
yeah,
on. I was like way low before I even
Right.
picked it up.
Common error.
Let's run the boss to the thing and reset.
Yeah, let's reset.
I waited like 5 or 6 seconds to pick it up, but
You did right. You did it right, Dandelion.
I'll need a res. He's still smacked.
Okay.
I think the purple
shoot, I
marker is a little too close because Phil Love got fucked.
Yeah, he got smashed. Yeah.
Well,
Should have moved from here. I was staring at everything he was.
Move it a wee bit back.
And I'm not able to reach Moon group up with the tanks. My numbers are looking like shit. In case anybody's wondering.
Yeah, like I said, normally we have a paladin do that thing, and they just focus.
So should I just be a tank healer? And then
Yeah,
that's it?
because tanks take a lot of damage on this.
And let's switch the melee on the. Let's switch the DPS on the ads. Only the ones doing the ranged interrupts, like Joy, Tangela, Azrash, and Sylvesia. Just those 4 people on the second ad. On the ranged ad, and then just the interrupters only. And then once the melee ad dies, the rest of the ranged can swap back to the other ad, and then the melee can swap back to the boss then. And that way we can get that melee boss down, the melee ad down quicker for Jinx.
Okay.
And that way the ads aren't dying so evenly, and that Dandelion gonna have more time to hold the orb because we need her to hold it longer. Healers also be aware that when Dandelion picks up that orb, she will be taking lots of damage. She has a little bit of a heal going on, but she's gonna need help. So kind of remember that she's gonna need. Did somebody just hearth out?
No, everyone's here.
So just remember, healers, she's gonna be taking extra damage. Please focus her and make sure she stays alive. If she dies while holding that orb, it's basically a wipe. So we can't have her dying. We need her to use that orb. If she dies, the orb despawns, and we lost that throw.
Everybody eat as a feast.
Let's give this one more quick pull, and we'll take our break. So this time, just to clarify, the only ranged on the ranged ad will be the interrupters. All other ranged, if you're not on the interrupt list, then you should be on the melee ad. Once the melee ad dies, melee back on boss, ranged all on the ranged ad. Okay.
Melee ad being the one on the right.
Left. I thought the melee was the melee ad was on the left, right?
My mistake then.
Am I got it backwards? Do I have it backwards?
No.
Melee ad's on the left, so
Got
the
it.
range not on the list is on the left. Alright. Seaver, you back? Okay. Everyone's ready on the tanks. This fight will be easy once we get the hang of the new mechanic.
1. Five, 4, 3, 2,
Beware.
1.
4,
Ads are out.
2, 1.
Had to blow mine on the last one.
Someone got mine. I'm on cooldown.
Ainer, you're next.
Tank throw.
Azur's next.
2, 1.
Beware.
I can't get my.
Tangela.
Alright, I got it.
Mine's still on a 7-second cooldown.
Our ad still died first.
2, 1.
That's melee ad that
Okay. Well, I was on the wrong one.
Tank throw.
Alright, you got it, Dandelion?
Yep.
3.
You can melee Jinx.
1.
Oh shit! Okay.
But it's already too late. We're gonna get
I got horrified.
like we want to get
It's a wipe.
the interrupt on the boss before he gets above 50%. So we're so slow right now.
Tank throw.
You probably want to pull it out and reset.
Okay. Can't.
Yeah.
Alright, let's take a break.
So we need to get that melee ad down much quicker.
3, 2, 1.
Beware.
Ah, horrified!
Do we have a soul stone on a healer?
Don't think.
Come on, come on, come on, come on! Yeah, I got Feel the Love. I did it.
Good job.
But he just rezzed. I don't know why. We're running back now. Feel, why did you take that res? Oh, Jesus.
Giant can try to.
Phil, I'm gonna need you to go shadow
Engineer
for this
something
one.
up.
I think that's how we win this.
Your body's under the thing. I can't reach you. I'm gonna get.
Okay.
Ah.
Or no, it's on cooldown still.
It's whatever. We're already running back.
Sorry, it's break time.
Break time, fun time. Well, I'm gonna go make some French press coffee and feel smug about myself. I'll be back in a bit.
You don't do that anyway?
We're gonna need a new 5-minute timer since it's taken 2 minutes to run back.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually. Yeah, that's a good point. Let's restart that timer.
I'm gonna make a Keurig coffee that tastes the same and pretend I have the same coffee as you.
Same. Wrong. Better.
I'm gonna eat
Angela, you
jelly beans
reset
for
that
breakfast
timer,
since
or?
we're talking about random.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom and make something that looks like coffee.
Oh, feel the love. I raised you. Oh, come on, man. Yeah.
Got that prison coffee, right, John?
Does anyone have any friends that want to step in?
I have DPS or heals. Come if you want.
Who's leaving?
I have one. I had someone that already told me that they weren't going to be able to stay for the whole day. So
Yeah, just looked up timers for, and everybody said we just use the orbs to interrupt every second tank combo now. So I'm still looking, but pretty sure most groups have moved over to interrupting boss instead of trying to get exact timers on orbs.
all right, I'm sorry. Who was that that said they might have a DPS friend?
I do.
Oh, okay. Is it a guildie or?
Yeah, it's Lacarnes.
Who is it?
Lacarnes.
Oh, okay.
Not sure what tune he was on. He was on the first messaging in Discord.
Is he on a character that's geared for Mythic, or I don't know? I mean, I don't want the fresh 120. And
Yes. He has like boss.
I just let him know that if he does decide to join, he will be locked to our group, so he will miss loot from the first.
Yeah. He'll switch into his rogue. It's
Okay. Just suggest invite would be cool. If a healer's back and not do anything, you can mass res. He's fine.
Already did. They're on break.
Oh, okay. Does it not show res pending? On mass res anyone? Just have, is your friend like part of Team 14?
On his main, yeah.
Okay, I'll go ahead and move him. I see him in there.
He's a team lead. He should be able to move himself.
Oh, okay. Hi, welcome.
Hi, friends.
I didn't realize you were a team leader. You could have just moved yourself.
Yeah, I could have.
I'm sorry. I got you in here. You're good. Thank you for helping.
You guys got a summon? Yeah, no problem.
I think everybody's on break, but we will have a summon, yeah.
This is progression. It's the first time. I mean, some of us have killed this boss before on our mains, but as a group, as a whole, this is progression for us, so we're still kind of learning the fight and stuff.
Yeah, no worries.
Thanks.
Actually, let me get an invite back real quick. I was like just at a world quest.
Okay. Just suggest through Ron.
Okay.
So Jelly Bellies, great breakfast.
Dude, don't even try to encourage me to eat bad this morning. I'm having a black coffee right now. I'm still fasting.
There's a week or for the people holding, give you more information about when to use it, stuff like that.
I love the vanilla and the coconut.
I haven't tried that. Is that is the orb weak aura in the main thing, or is that?
So like, it has a minute timer, right?
Yeah.
When do I hit the button?
You want to use it when the boss is about 50%, and if possible, if you watch his cast, when he uses the tank, after he uses the first ability, you use it then, and that will interrupt the rest of the abilities. And he'll still gain rage, so he'll still act as he has 50 rage. Even if you do it at like 45, he'll still do 2 hits of the.
So if he's never at 50%, don't use it.
He should be at 50% for sure. Like if he's not, just hold the orb until he is at 50. But the first one is pretty much a race because the ad spawn at 20, and you need to burn it down really quickly and then run over to the boss with it. And you can melee while you're holding the orb. Like you don't have to be out in range.
Right. You can run with the orb. You can move with it. You can DPS with it and everything. It just has like a 1 or 2 second cast timer to use.
Yeah.
It's a longer cast timer than you think, so you need to make sure that you stay still for it the whole time. You can interrupt it, and then it fucks you up.
Another thing, we had the tanks in the group that I was in. The tanks would say when they wanted us to use them. Are you guys, because you know when the ability's coming up and when to interrupt it? Are you gonna help us call it out, or?
Yeah,
Up to the orb holder to try to guess when the next ability is.
No, I'll call it out.
Okay, so Dandelion.
What about me?
Did you get that weak aura that he linked?
I'm getting it now.
That might help you a little bit with like holding the orb and how long you can hold it and when to throw it. And he said he would also call it out for us.
Okay, so it's gonna do a little timer at the top of my screen then.
I think
and that's when to use it.
I think you can place it wherever you want. I don't have that weak aura, but I think you can place it wherever you want. It tells you how long. It tells you how long you can hold it.
I put it on my screen, but it's how long I can hold it before I have to throw it.
Before it expires.
Okay.
So you might throw it way before the timer runs out, but it'll tell you have to. If no one tells you when to throw it, if that timer gets down to like 5 seconds, use it, because we can't have it expire and go. Whether we called it out or not, I mean, I'd rather use it when we don't need it than to have it expire and not get to use it. Alright, just when your friend is back, we're good to.
Oh, whoops. Sorry, I meant to whisper.
Okay. You can do suggest through Ron if you want.
Yeah, I'm trying to find him.
Oh, here.
Thank you.
Sure. And like I said, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah.
We've only pulled this boss like 2 or 3 times, so we're still trying to get the hang of.
No worries.
I'm gonna
No,
the
I
feast.
want it down now.
Me too. Me too. Alright, so the feast is down, and I'll drop a cauldron. I'll drop a cauldron right here by the feast. Come on, guys, let's kill this boss today so we can tell Elisa that we are 2 of 9 mythic for Team 9. That'd be awesome.
You're gonna pass my team at this rate.
3 new bosses this week. I'd be so happy. That'd be cool. We hadn't done that since like week 1.
So, quick question: when the ads spawn, it's been reflex forever to throw out a interrupt before melee can get to their target.
Right, that's right. There's
Can I
nothing wrong
keep
with
doing
that.
that? Okay, cool.
Yeah, if you're range and you see it quick first and you beat the melee there, go for it because
Yeah, and I'm not in like the range rotation, so I'll
right.
just get.
It's common for the range to go first on the ad, so
Yeah.
do it. Keep. And just to clarify for the people who just joined, we're doing ranged will be on the right ad, melee will be on the left ad. So wherever they spawn, if it's the one on the left is for the melee, the one on the right is for the range. And we got an order already posted.
Need to
Since
update
you're
it. Put
we need to
Dolphin where
update it.
Ram is. Ram or so.
Right, good idea. Ram, so we're swapping your order, okay? Was Giant, were you doing that?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't want to overwrite if you're doing it.
I think I messed it up because I was messing with my ERTs.
we'll resend it when it gets it changed.
I was trying to get all mine set up for tonight.
I'm horrible at making these things work. I normally just let Giant do it, and he's been so good at taking care of it.
You can ask Ron. I'm super fast at him for our team.
Okay. So that's how we'll do it. Okay, let's get some more cookies out.
Did the note get updated? Or
Yes.
Yeah, I just pushed it.
It didn't push for me. Hold on. You do it again, please.
Get a mage buff.
See, it's turning red, but it's not changing the names. I don't know.
Yeah, it did. It put
Well,
itself
the only
down
name-
in the order interrupt.
That was the only
Does
person that left that.
a holy priest doesn't have an interrupt?
No, I can't interrupt it.
Alright, put Ram where Zelfa is and put the
Oh, Zilpha's the healer. My bad.
right, put Lope where Ram. Alright, Ram, do you notice that we swapped you to the ranged? So we'll put Ram on the ranged, the right ad,
Okay, I'm the right end.
and you'll be in 4th position. Alright, that looks good, that works.
Oh, I see. We got
Okay.
a rogue there.
It's fine.
It's alright. We don't need you only need 3 really. So.
Right, yeah. It'll be dead hopefully by then. And after the melee ad dies, which is the left ad, all melee can go back to the boss. the range that are on the melee ad go back to the range.
Yeah.
Okay.
Still flasks up if people want to grab a second one.
Yeah, help yourself to all the flasks. People who grabbed one the first time, grabbed one, grab two this time. If you just joined us, grab two. Alright, everyone was ready. On the tank. Let's stone pull.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Adds it up.
3, 2,
Subject's
1.
irritation levels rising. Maintain shockification.
Joy? Sorry.
Yes.
Azrash got this one.
2, 1.
Ram, you next. Ram.
Boss is at 45. The ad should be dead.
This one should be Tangela.
Got it?
3.
Don't use the orb yet.
Do not exceed
Use it now.
Joy next.
shock only.
Alright, Dandelion, orb's ready.
Should I grab it?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, go ahead and grab it.
And just hold it.
Healers, keep her alive.
2, 1.
Dandelion need to stand beside
I
somebody.
got her.
Okay.
Beware. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Try to get everyone topped off.
Okay, what's your timer on?
27 seconds.
Oh, okay, just continue holding it. I'll call it.
3,
Beware.
1.
4, 3, 2, 1.
You use it.
Use it now.
Beware.
Tantrum 2.
Good job. Okay, now this is the rest of the fight. There's going to be new ads soon. In 6 seconds.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Beware.
Ads.
4, 3, 2,
1.
Joy, you next.
Make sure to focus the melee one down.
Az will get next.
It got off.
Yeah, multiple interrupts.
Reset.
Smash monkey.
Yep.
Beware.
Feel the love with Soulstone. Do not release.
3, 2.
Are we always taking the one furthest from the boss, Tangela?
I thought they said right, the one on the...
No, we're always taking the left one is melee, the right is range.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, but it's kind of counterintuitive if the range, if the melee has
I
to run
agree.
further.
It is
Whatever
sometimes.
one's closest to the boss should be the kill target. I think that makes the most sense.
I
Yeah.
feel like it should be left target every time.
Well, they're not
Left
going to
target
always
every
be side by side. There could be one in the front and one in the back, and then how you going to know which one's closest to the...
By just thinking of yourself as in the middle of the room here, and if you get both of the ads on your screen, it's always going to be left is melee, right. And it's rare that you're going to get it where you have to question too much about this. Sometimes melee will be farther away than the range, but that's alright. It's not a big deal.
Right, the interrupts are more important than killing them. Well, interrupts are really important.
Stick to the plan, guys. It'll be okay.
So right
Just-
every time. Got it.
Yeah, range is right every time for interrupts, but your damage is on left.
Left side, strong side.
Every side's a strong side.
That's also why it's
Not
important
according
to
to a
stay,
member of the Titans.
especially for range side, Tangela next, Joy next, etc.
Right.
for interrupts.
Yeah.
Because if they're damaging on the left side and an interrupt is needed, they got to be able to switch real quick.
We did the first combination perfect though. Let's
Right.
do that for that like 3.
That was exactly perfect. That's what we wanted.
There's still flies up in the cauldron.
As soon as I get my food buff, I'll yell at you guys.
Well, if no one's gonna take it, I will.
Take them all.
Still more. I got all I can hold. I got 3.
I'll get an extra 15 minutes and pick up.
How do you get 3?
You pick up one, use it. Pick up another one, use it. Pick up another one.
Yeah, you'll get
Oh,
an
I
extra
thought you
15
could
minutes if you do.
Oh, I see. Because you can use them for 2 hours at a time.
Well,
right?
it's 15 minutes.
Oh,
above.
okay, yeah.
Alchemist gets an extra half hour, so yeah.
Yeah, so
Good for
Alchemist would be 2.5 hours, where a normal person's an hour and 15 minutes. Alright, so anyway. Let's get this going. Everyone is ready? On the thing.
Five, 4.
Alright, don't be shy. After you interrupt, call out the next person.
Five, 4, 3, 2.
Melee, make sure you're on 2 stacks on his feet too. You guys are stacking up in 1 minute.
Yes.
2, 1.
Joy, you next?
Compassionate thresholds. Shop only for the Alliance.
As next.
Ainer, you're next.
3, 2, 1.
Beware.
More on melee, guys.
Irritation levels rising. Maintain shockification.
Beware.
Is this Ram?
Horde bad.
That should have been Tangela.
3, 2, 1.
Use the orb as soon as.
Okay, next.
Beware.
Subjects irritation levels rising. Maintain shockification. Systems in operation.
Alright, Dandelion.
3, 2, 1.
Beware.
I'm dead.
Beware.
Oh, it's reset. I'm gonna jump the boss over.
Reset.
2.
I didn't realize we were gonna get feared right then.
We need somebody to escort her.
Right. Do you still have the mark on your head, Dandelion?
I don't think I do. I think yeah, I do. So I have a star.
Doesn't he reset? The monk reset work?
Got a.
Almost dead.
I think I was too far down the stairs, I guess, because
I got Zilphia with a.
when I teleported, it teleported me right to the
1.
right to the entrance and said 4.
We have a bad monk.
Man.
What are you saying?
Stand in the fire.
Stand in the
or
fire
whatever.
now. Wrap it up.
Hey, Tangela, why don't you just escort her around?
I will.
I mean, can't she just like move with the range group or?
Well, yeah, but she has to pick up an orb and then run over to
She's
the
got
range.
to run over there and get it, and then she's got to get within range of the boss to throw it. Thank you. Get a feast. How you looking on feast, Dandelion?
Ainer.
I have 11 left.
Or should I start calling you Amos?
Ainer.
Haha. Haha.
Alright.
Oh, cuddling!
Focus up, guys. We can get this today.
Do you need more cooking mats, Dandelion?
I have tons of mats in my bank. I just haven't made any. She pulls them out of the guild bank for me.
All right.
Yeah, I give her one stack at a time, and when they get low, I give her another stack, and I just take them out of our guild bank. And
So we
had
just
a
need
lot of
like the
generous.
cauldrons, and we need the battle potions as well. Or like kind of
Yeah,
low.
and if you want to keep it like an eye on the feast and see how they look, if they start getting low, you get some mats. You know, you can always pop a stack in there. I think we were doing really good there for a while. Everyone's got food. Everyone's got flask, and
Fastlane has abandoned us.
How's that?
I don't know. You were the last
Ugh.
one.
Do not want.
Well, you need to turn that speed down there.
Gotta go fast.
hang tight just a sec.
Okay, so who is escorting me?
Me.
Angela.
Okay.
Angela.
Can you get back up there, Jinx?
Transmorphers down.
Oh damn, I'm not a blood elf female. This
Feel the Love got the best one. Trinkets. Oh no, Prekus did too.
Jesus Christ. Just looking at some
I'm
of the
sorry,
healing
guys. Just give me just a minute. I'm sorry.
Yo, Seavert, you were at 30.
We do not accept your apology.
Per second for that mythic.
Sorry, what?
You were at 35k deals per second for that champs.
Yeah, I know.
It's fucking crazy, dude.
There's so much constant healing on that fight. I pretty much never stop.
Feel the love at 30. Oh my god.
Gotta look at the overheal though. That's what's I think even
Let's
more.
Let's take a look here. And mosey on down. Let's see.
Hey, Giant.
Yeah.
One overheals a lot because I can't do
On
nothing
the
about it.
interrupt for the range, can you change Ram to Uncle Ruckus?
Yeah, we had a couple like purple parses in here. Yeah, feel the love. You actually had the lowest overhealing.
Alright, Uncle Ruckus, we got you on the interrupt order after Ash. So it'll be Tangela, and then Joy, and then Ash, and then Uncle. Okay?
What are you looking at?
ERT.
No, not you. Lenaxis.
I'm just looking at the parses for the mythic champs.
Yeah,
Dude,
put Drez on there just in case we have a fifth interrupt.
I had a purple parse for healing per second for Affliction Warlock. Pretty cool.
Drez had picked up a couple of the first melee interrupts. So somebody's gonna.
Yeah, I would just. I think Drez will be fine just sticking with the melee, and then I think our cooldowns will be done, and we can recycle once we get done. Once we get with.
Yeah, normally the fourth and fifth interrupters like they don't really do it. So if they need to, if somebody fucks up and it calls out.
Yeah, the ranged ad will be up longer. We recycle through 2 or 3 goes because it's up.
And on our last pull, an interrupt got off, or a cast got off on the melee, or one of the ads, and it pushed the boss above. It wasn't the worst because we didn't get over 75, but we want to avoid.
Alright, let's get this going.
When's Ram going to use his cooldown? During maybe second with me? For healing cooldown?
Okay. Ram, did you hear that? So on the second tantrum, which would be the orb that Dandelion throws, just use your AoE, what's it called? Him?
Him a hope, yeah, no problem.
Okay, thanks, Ram. I've been trying to call out Tantrum 1, Tantrum 2, and stuff like that, so you guys will know. Alright, so everyone was ready on the...
Your cooldown is better. I'm gonna save mine if it doesn't look like we need a second one. That way we have it for an emergency.
Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Melee, are you split?
4, 3, 2, 1.
Beware.
Ads are out.
3, 2.
Moving boss.
Target acquired. Battery at full.
Joy next.
Tank through.
Keener, you're next.
2,
That's next.
1.
Beware.
Azrash got this one. On Crocus, you're next.
Beware.
Nope.
Miss.
I got it.
3, 2.
Use the orb as soon as you can.
Beware.
Who's got this one?
He still got 3 casts off because of the interrupts.
3, 2.
Just want to keep going and see it.
Beware.
Yeah, let's get Bloodstone up. And or Zilpha, I mean.
Beware.
Or Tangela, are you with me?
3,
No.
2, 1.
Go. Oh no. Tank
Bitch.
throw.
That's fucking
That's
bullshit.
death. That was some
Yeah,
shit
wipe it up.
RNG right there.
Wipe it up. She got targeted with tank throw.
Man.
Picked up the orb.
The
Fuck
reset
that monkey.
working or?
No,
No,
I don't know why
there's
it's
nothing
not
out there.
working.
2, 1.
Alright,
Feel the love with Soulstone, do not release.
Some shit RNG right there. Fucking A.
Like, we want to avoid 3 hits as much as possible, so we gotta make sure to get those in.
2, 1.
4, 3.
And our damage is still slow on the melee ad.
Shock only for the Alliance.
Motherfucker.
Why
Sorry, I released.
I don't know. I just did.
I mean, I specifically said don't release.
Shame.
Easy.
The walk
So
of shame.
mad.
The walk of shame.
It's a secret. I think I'm actually going to go first for the healing cooldown, if that's alright.
Yeah, you could go 1, 3, and 5. So.
Look at these guys over here.
Is that what you want me to move up healing 1?
Yeah, you could go 1 and 4 on your him. We'll save
Okay.
your other one for 4.
Normally use salvation when they're raising poop, not during tantrums, I mean.
Okay, well your him will do you back up for 4.
So what happened to the orb then? Because I know you went out of range for us. Did you get knocked off or something?
Wait, what was that about knockup?
Don't get knocked up, Giant.
There you go.
Do my best to avoid. Anybody got a repair mount?
Yeah. Where'd you go?
Just most of the raid.
Look at
You
this.
guys do it all at once.
Look at this pleb tank we got here. Doesn't have a repair.
Good fortune to
Oh shit, Feast over here.
Those two people? What happened?
They were moved into a new group.
Probably talking about timing on the orb usage.
Okay, it's all right. All right, sorry. Thank you, Uncle. It's okay. All right. We're gonna keep going with the way we're doing it, and but I've got some suggestions for next week. And so yes, Uncle, save your cooldown on your interrupts. I know that you might have been popping it right on the pole. Just let's save that and let's go with the order. And Drez, you stick with what you've been doing, and I will just go with the interrupt order with the 4 people we have on the range. All right, everyone was ready on the tanks. We're probably not going to stay late today, but I would like everyone to hang out for just a moment after we finish.
2, 1. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Beware.
Ads are out.
2.
All right, Joy.
You're next.
As you're next.
3, 2,
Oh, hey, Bernie.
1.
Hello.
On Crocus next. So,
Whoever's after me.
All right, me.
Beware. 4.
Tang got this one.
2.
Whoop, somebody got it.
Use it.
Joy, you good?
Use the orb.
I'm good.
Beware.
Good job.
As next.
Dandelions by the orb.
All right, just wait.
Diamond reset.
1.
Beware.
Pulling boss back to spot.
All right, pick it up, Dandelion.
Beware. 4.
Everyone, Dandelion's got the orb. Healer.
1.
Diamond people should be on diamond.
Get ready for Tantrum 2 for this will be ramp.
I have 30 seconds.
Yeah, we're waiting for the combo.
4. 3. 2. 1.
Go ahead and use it now.
Tantrum 2, this is ramp.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Beware.
That's all we do. That's the whole fight. You just saw it.
2.
3,
Joy, you next.
1.
Ads are up in the back.
Keener.
Azrash got next.
Beware.
By myself.
On Crocus.
Mine's down, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna die.
Dandelion's dead, so somebody else will have to do the orb.
I'm down.
Yeah, we're done.
I got it.
You want me to reset?
Yeah.
2. 1.
All right, we're gonna go back to
That
we're
nice
gonna go back.
reset.
That was I got tank throw, and then giant got feared because of it, so I wasn't really sure what to do at that point.
Okay.
Because one of the tanks was going to get feared.
Right.
Either way.
So
Sure.
Holy Joe, is he? Oh, he's not here today. Dang.
If you have to choose between which tank to let get feared, do it with the one that's gonna get thrown.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
are we?
So I should have stayed, but I'm sorry.
By the way, for
That's
the
fine.
people who are throne, are we running people back? Are we not doing that anymore? Because I was like waiting there next to you, Bernie. And I was
Yes,
like,
well,
is she gonna
so
run
what
back?
I did was I sat there because of the roar timer was so close, so I just sat there and let the roar go off while we're together instead of trying to run back
Oh,
together.
I was gonna run you all the way back though.
Right, but it's
Some people don't do that.
it's the further out, yeah, I'll do it.
Okay.
But being so close to the
Okay,
boss,
alright.
I just kind
I
of
got
sat
you.
there.
Alright.
It's a judgment depending on in case somebody like runs behind or runs ahead.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
Alright, so the escorting the tank, we understand how that works. Alright,
Yeah, I was just me getting picked was like,
yeah,
didn't know
bad RNG.
Yeah.
This time, maybe next time, if you get picked, call it out earlier, and we'll just have somebody else like Blood or somebody, Blood or maybe even Aner or somebody to step over and hold your spot while you're.
Yo, is that a feast I see there?
Yeah, help yourself. We dropped it just for you. Alright.
Giant, can we get the mage buff, please?
This is not really. Well, I mean, this is a hard boss to learn, but once you get it, I promise you, it's really easy. Alright, everyone's ready.
Okay, doing it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ads?
3, 2, 1.
I'm moving over one.
Joy?
You're next.
As next.
Reminder.
3,
Do not exceed
2,
compassionate
1.
thresholds.
And Gracchus next.
Only for the Alliance.
I didn't screw it up.
I got it next.
Beware.
Oh, somebody got it.
4, 3, 2.
Somebody else screwed it
Just
up.
hold the orb. Use it now.
Beware.
Stand in line. Just wait just a second.
3, 2, 1.
Beware.
Alright, pick it up. Stand in line has the orb. Make sure you heal it.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Can I get a cocoon?
Okay, we'll be using it in 20 seconds. So stay live.
Shit.
Did she die? She died.
Yes. I almost feel like you need a mage that could blink in case shit like that comes up, because I have no way of getting out of that faster.
You gonna reset?
Don't you have the wall
Yeah,
up?
we need to.
Or was it in fire?
I guess I could have teleported.
Then she would have been alone.
The boss is on you, bring him over
I
here.
can't move away from the person escorting me is the problem.
Well,
so
you-
I don't...
Like, it's not a constant. It's only when he shouts that he fears. So
5.
if you look at that timer,
No, I didn't get feared. Fire got dropped on my
Well,
where
that's
I
what
was
I'm saying,
standing,
though.
and
It's
I
only
have
when.
to move out of it as fast as possible. But I took like one tick and was dead because I'm already taking so much damage as it is.
Yeah.
Right.
But he's saying like you don't have to really worry about the fear until like he shouts for it. So I mean, it's better if you like get out of the fire than.
Another thing that might help Dandelion is like if you and me just get out of the stack group, it'll be because the missiles kind of like focus where the people are stacked, and the chances of it like picking us rather the other 10 ranged who are all stacked over here would be less likely maybe. So if
Yeah.
if maybe
Well, on the last attempt, though, we had a
Right,
fire
we
right over in
did.
the corner. So, I mean, I'm just
We
trying
did.
to figure out. I'm trying to hold any damage mitigating abilities I have, like my wrap thing, my whatever it's called, my
Unending resolve.
Like, I'm trying to hold all of that, but sometimes I get real low and I try to pop it and drain life, like just to try to help out, and then that happens, and it's like, well, fuck.
Right.
Are you running demon skin or?
Health stones.
Yeah, I was gonna say demon skin might be really nice for this fight.
If you want, I can give you a health pot or a health flask as well. That's what we used to use on there.
Should I switch it out and
I'm a big fan of the demon skin. Yeah.
are you already spec'd into it?
Demon skin, perfect.
Should I switch you guys out? I mean, your DPS will be lower. Yes, do it. Are you already expecting the demon skin line axis?
I'm already expecting the demon skin. Yeah.
Well, let's try that then. Dandelion, let's put the star on. We'll just see if it works different.
I actually don't have stamp flask. I thought I did.
Alright, and then we'll just have
So
an axis.
wait a minute, hold on. So we're gonna have me have the orb.
Yeah, since you already got the demon skin and you know how to pop it, we're gonna let you try it. And see.
It's a passive.
Yeah, it does 15% of your health now.
I'm just, not to toot my own horn here, but I am the top DPS.
Do you want me to go get my? If I wasn't locked, I'd go get my druid man.
If somebody has a tome, I don't have any. I
Well,
will change it to
why
demon
don't you just
skin.
hearth? Why don't you just hearth real quick?
No,
and
we
we
don't
can
need a
summon you
hearth
back?
anywhere. You don't need a hearth anywhere.
I got a tome. Hold on.
I got.
Well,
No
what
need
next
for
is
anyone to hearth.
Tangela's actually beating you on ad damage.
No.
Add damage is more important too.
Got me.
There's no need for anyone to ever hearth. We got everything we need right here in this group. There's no need to go anywhere.
We have love.
Feel
Alright, I'm good to go.
Rodstar is actually second place, and he's wheelchair class.
Wheelchair class. Wow, that is some ableist bullshit right here. That's 2019.
I know, so you need to step up your game there, Lenax.
2019 is all about being ableist.
Unacceptable.
I'm very ableist.
Okay, I'm good.
Guys, touch my able.
This is not like I said from the beginning. This is not really a DPS boss. It's mechanics, and the only reason why we're wiping is we didn't hit any enraged timers. So we're not dying because we didn't make the enraged timer. We're dying because we're failing the mechanic, and that's what we need to get done. So it's not. I don't care if you're doing 30k or 10k. We can kill this boss. The mechanics have to be spot on. Okay.
On a good point, the raid took less damage. That's right.
So Dandelion, you're good to go.
Yep.
Remember to use personal cooldowns on the second and above tantrums, because that's where people. Just looking at cooldowns, not many people are using them. But
We'll make a tank out of you one day, Dandelion.
Maybe.
Try not to stack your healing cooldowns too. So if I call for one, there'll be one up instead of me calling for one and not having one.
yeah, I tried to give you cocoon and it hit giant because we're
I got wings and cocoon at the same time, and I didn't
Everyone
need
was
it.
ready.
This is going to be the kill pull, but also our last pull.
3, 2, 1.
I like how you whistle when you taunt him.
Yeah, it's my second favorite macro.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Beware. 4,
Ads.
2, 1.
Do not exceed compassionate.
I kind of wish they'd stop landing near the tanks.
Joy.
As.
Should I stay or go?
Just stay on us. The tanks can handle us.
1.
On Crocus.
Inner, you're next.
Tangela has next.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Joy?
Use the orb.
Beware.
See how he still gets 2 off even though he's only at like 40.
Alright, Dandelion. Just hang tight.
3,
Put him back.
2,
Yeah.
1.
Beware. Beware.
Alright, go ahead and pick it up.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Can't reach down.
We'll be using the orb in 16 seconds.
Keep Dandelion alive.
2, 1.
Beware. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Use it now.
Beware.
Number 2's is Ram. Go.
Oh, get Giant.
Get Giant up. That's exactly how we need to do it. 2 more times and this is a kill.
1.
Adra out.
4, 3, 2,
Just move
Joy,
lost
you're
over.
next.
Ass, you're next.
Keep the tanks alive.
Nope.
Beware.
Alright,
Couldn't keep 'em
try.
up.
Feel it. This is
Beware.
Feel the Levis Soul Stone. Do not release.
We'll give this one
That's-
more shot.
That was a lot of damage. Sorry, John.
4.
who's that
Yes.
ranged who's like in the middle of everything, not stacked? I keep seeing someone like it's a goblin or
me.
something.
Could be me
Are you
or
a goblin?
Dandelion.
No, it's you guys on the far side. There's someone over kind of in the middle, and they keep getting feared, and that's where one of the missiles went. I don't know who it is.
Wait, Dandagob?
I release.
Oh, shit, I did too. Fuck.
Let's hurry back. We're gonna give this one more pull.
Yeah.
One more? Okay.
How come they're so
Oh,
fast?
and then what I wanted to say is I'll go ahead and say it now while we're waiting for him to get back. I want to thank everyone for you guys have been really vocal, and I appreciate everyone who, you know, if you have like family issues or anything going on that's going to prevent you from coming to my group, you guys have been really good. I want you to keep up the good work with letting me know, because now that we're doing Mythic, our attendance is going to be really important. So anyone, if you're unable to make it, and all you guys have been excellent about letting me know, and I just wanted to say thank you.
But
I hear
keep up
about
the good, but good job, and try to be here if you can. And if you have, you know, family is definitely more important. So make sure you take care of yourself and your family first.
Don't forget I'm on holiday for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
As of tomorrow.
saw that. We're gonna miss you.
Let's kill
I'm
these
gonna need you
bosses.
to come back during raid day, sir. And then you can holiday away.
I'm just saying, man, you're gonna be 30 minutes away. You can run by here, we can raid together. I got 2
Cookies right there.
Haley's even got a hammock out back.
Actually, no, but I do have a big ass tree, and hammocks are cheap. We can.
You can clear the chickens out of the backyard any.
Well, we just keep them in the hen house for a little bit. It'd be alright.
Oh god, here goes Helgash with his southern accent.
No, don't.
You guys ever skip the Clayton on here?
Can we pull, please?
Everyone's ready. It's the last pull. Focus up and let's kill it. Let's kill it on the last pull, guys.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Beware. 2, 1.
Joy,
you're
you're
next.
next.
As you're next.
3, 2, 1.
Beware.
On Carcass next.
Change on you.
Beware.
I got it.
Subject's irritation levels
4,
rising.
3,
Maintain
2,
sharp
Joy.
1.
As you're next.
Beware.
Oh, I wasn't looking. My bad.
power levels.
I was looking. We almost killed Bernie.
Oh, no, I was fine.
3, 2,
You almost got 2 stitch in a row.
Beware.
See? Fun.
Beware.
Alright, Deadline, go ahead. Pick it up.
2, 1.
Let's get Ron up. Get Ron up.
Next combo's in 20 seconds. And tanks down.
Yeah, no better as is.
3,
Beware.
1.
Alright, good attempt.
4, 3, 2.
I guess just wipe it up. Good progression this week, guys. We got 2 new bosses down. This will be our new next hurdle. Is this Grong boss?
Oh, it's Grong. I always thought it was Gronk.
5,
Grong.
4,
Beware.
I think it's easy to do this next week.
1.
I thought it was Groot.
Groot. I'm Groot.
4,
3, 2.
So, if anybody has anything for me, I'll be here for a little while.
Teams are doing Mythic with me.
I think I had someone.
Beware.
Yep, someone wanted to speak after raid, so I got to speak with someone.
Beware.
Yeah, I'll do Mythic
Yo,
Quest with you.
Why is Rod still alive?
He's not dying.
He's like glitched out, or that's the perfect. Where are you standing? Put a marker up so we'll know where to stand.
Did
to
Rod
avoid
like?
damage.
Oh, he logged out. I think.
That's cheating.
Oh no, he's still dead. Okay.
It's okay then.
How's that cheating?
We need a portal.
No, I said you DC'd, not cheating.
I was actually hurting.
Oh yeah, that's Gronk. Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta say, you guys should be so happy that I'm not mage. I'd have like Dollar Crater portals every other time. Like I would.
Yeah, I don't have Janus Locket on this warrior, so I always put up the old